Welcome back to Carolina Week. Now, UNC student ticket policy has definitely taken some heat over the past few years.
It sure has, Jeremy, but after our trip to Durham, we found out that the Blue Devils might have more to complain about than we do.
Unlike most people, Duke students don't care if you think they're crazy. Junior John Bria, for example.
I am crazy. I owe my existence to Duke. And my parents met here at Duke. Without Duke, I would not be here right now. So, yeah, I'm pretty darn crazy.
When they're inside Cameron Indoor Stadium, Bria and the rest of Duke's Cameron Crazies prove in the loudest possible way that they deserve their nickname. But the craziest thing they do might just be the quietest, sleeping. Because for weeks in the dead of winter, hundreds of students sleep right outside the stadium in a tent village called Krzyzewskiville or K-Ville. Tenting is how they earn their way into the Carolina game at Duke. And Bria has been in K-Ville since the earliest phase.
I'm tent 2. I was here since January 3rd. Gave up a week of my break to be here 9 to 5 every day in the freezing cold. Without a tent, we don't get tents during pre-tenting.
Tenting involves more than just setting up a tent and braving weather like the 23-degree chill we experienced Thursday night. Strict policies govern K-Ville, and head line monitor John Reynolds is in charge of enforcing them.
I'm more or less responsible for 1,200 people that sleep outside.
At a random time during every night shift, Reynolds and the line monitors wake everyone up and check that at least half of each tent group is there. He knows he's not everyone's favorite person.
I'm that guy who's your alarm clock. And it's more or less, if you have a cell phone ring that wakes you up and you start hearing that ring during the daytime, you get that feeling like you're angry at it.
The extreme dedication doesn't go unnoticed by the players.
We try and get them some pizza and stuff sometimes out there in K-Ville, and it's just fun to see them out there every day. You know, I can't imagine sitting in that freezing cold.
And of course, Coach K himself appreciates the tenters.
But those kids out there are fabulous. I mean, it makes all the guys proud.
You know, guys, the one thing about K-Ville was how cold it was. I don't know how they do it every night.
I know, and you can't help but respect these crazies for braving that all winter long.
Well, the good news is there will be a warm-up tomorrow and the next day, but then again, a cool down, and we'll be returning on Thursday.
No, absolutely. And keeping it with sports, you look at the Blue Devils, got knocked off big time by St. John's yesterday. You got to believe the Blue Devils going to try to bounce back. Sets up a very interesting matchup in Durham next Wednesday night when the Blue Devils take on the Tar Heels.
Sure does.
All right, well, that does it for this edition of Carolina Week. Don't forget to follow Carolina Week on Twitter for show updates and news from across campus.
Thanks for watching. Good night.